So BlurXTerminator, NoiseXTerminator, and StarXTerminator, three AI tools from RC-Astro that previously were only available in PixInsight, and a couple of them also worked in Photoshop and Infinity Photo. But now the developer Russ at RC-Astro has released a command line option for those three tools. So what that means is we now have Python scripts that can make calls out to that command line interface for BlurXTerminator, NoiseXTerminator, and StarXTerminator, giving us the ability to use them directly within Siril, something that a lot of us have been asking for. A lot of us have been waiting for and hoping that it was going to come. The day's here. We've got the RC-Astro tools in Siril now. Some things to know: if you already own a license, all you need to do is download the command line interface, and I'll show you how to do that here in a few minutes. So if you have a license, you don't need to purchase anything additional. If you don't have a license, there is a free trial that you can get. Time of recording, that trial will last 30 days, but that could change in the future. So you have 30 days where you can use all three of the tools from RC-Astro within Siril to make a decision whether or not you want to actually purchase them. If you do decide to purchase them, use my code DeepSpaceAstro10 at checkout and you'll get 10% off of your purchase. And if you do so using my link in the description, it's an affiliate link. I'll make a small commission, no extra charge to you guys if you make your purchases through those links. Great way to support the channel and much appreciated if you do plan on buying the software. So let's check it out. My name is Rich and you're watching Deep Space Astro. So the first thing we need to do is get the software from RC-Astro's website. Link is in the description. It is an affiliate link, so if you use that, I'll make a little bit of a commission when you do so. No additional cost to you, but that's up to you guys if you want to use it or not. So when you land on the web page, you'll see here's BlurXTerminator, and just scroll down a little bit. We have NoiseXTerminator and StarXTerminator. Those are the three that can be used in Siril because they're available as a command line application now. So you can either make the purchase, or if you prefer, you can get a free trial of each of these by clicking on the free trial button. As you can see, BlurXTerminator has one, as well as NoiseXTerminator and StarXTerminator. Once you have the free trials or you've purchased them yourselves, and if you do decide to purchase these, if you use the code DeepSpaceAstro10 at checkout, you'll get 10% off. So once you have acquired your free trials, or if you've made the purchase to get the software itself, I'm just going to get logged in here to show you guys what you will see on your side. And over on the licensing tab, you can see we have NoiseXTerminator, StarXTerminator, BlurXTerminator, and RC-Astro CLI. That is our command line interface. As Siril users, this is the software that we want to download and install. These three up top, as you can see by the tags, are for PixInsight, Photoshop, Infinity Photo. Nothing in here is for Siril. They are available to you. If you already have an existing license that you're using with PixInsight or Photoshop, that license will also work as well. So like I said, come down to where the CLI is. Select your operating system. In my case, it's Windows. Just throw it into my downloads directory, and the install is really straightforward. You'll be prompted about protection for your PC. Just click on more info and then run anyways. And nothing you need to select. Just click through next. I agree. That's where it's going to install it by default, and then click install. Once it's done, click finish, and you're all set. You have the software installed now, and the scripts within Siril will see them. So if we come up into Siril, and as always, we'll go into scripts and then get scripts. We're going to scroll through until we find the RC-Astro category, which is right here. There's StarXTerminator, NoiseXTerminator, and then BlurXTerminator. Click apply. Back up into scripts, Python scripts, and now we have the new RC-Astro submenu containing all three of the scripts for the software. So first thing you need to do is get your license registered, right? So you need to do this for all three of the scripts. So we'll start with Blur, and we'll just run the script. When it comes up, it looks to see if you have an activated license. It has determined that I do not, so I need to activate it. So to activate it, we're going to come down to the license button. I'm going to enter in my email address, and for BlurXTerminator, I need to go back to my account on RC-Astro and get the license key. In this situation, you will use the three that are up here listed for Photoshop and PixInsight. These are your license keys. So again, we're working on Blur right now, so I'm going to come to BlurXTerminator and just click on the box with your license key, and it'll save it to the clipboard, and then go back over into Siril and the script and paste in your key. Click activate. And then the message will pop up telling you that it's been activated. Click OK, and then close. And you can see we are now green. And it says RC-Astro BlurXTerminator detected, model version 4. So this one is ready to go. So then it's rinse and repeat with the other two scripts. So let's open up my bubble nebula, give it an auto stretch. I'm gonna go through a workflow using all three of the tools, but we're gonna do it pretty quick, just to give you guys an idea of where in the workflow you would use these tools. RC-Astro says that NoiseXTerminator and BlurXTerminator are to be used when the data is still linear. I'm just gonna do a quick crop like we always do to get rid of any stacking artifacts. And then we'll do a background extraction, and I'm just gonna use auto BGE. Okay, background extraction is completed. Now I am going to plate solve the image so we can color correct it, and we'll do color correction by going up to image processing, color calibration, and SPCC. This was the color, and we're just going to click OK. Color calibration is complete, and then we'll run BlurXTerminator. So again, scripts, Python scripts, RC-Astro, BlurXTerminator. So settings are pretty straightforward. If you hover, there are tags to give you little tips on what each of them do. The options correct only, so this does take care of aberrations in your stars. So if you just wanted to fix your stars, you can enable correct only, and you'll see your non-stellar as well as your stellar adjustments are disabled because they no longer apply. But we're going to leave that unchecked for the purpose of this demonstration. Our stellar adjustments relate to our stars, and our non-stellar adjustments relate to the actual object that's within the image. So in our case, the bubble and all the nebulosity that's around it. You can see it's automatically selected for the loaded image, which is what I have open right now. There's also an option for the loaded sequence. If you have a sequence loaded, then you can go through and run BlurXTerminator on each individual image within your sequence. Just like a lot of other things, it's just playing around with the settings. We can set the sharpness for our stars. If you're seeing some halos, you can play with the halo adjustments that defaults. This is actually defaults to 0. If you drop it below 0 into the negative numbers, then you actually are going to be reducing the star halos. If you go beyond 0 into the positive side, then you'll actually be enlarging the halos. So again, something to play with. I would start by leaving it just on 0 and going from there. The non-stellar, it will automatically detect the PSF for you if you leave that option selected, so you don't have to worry about the radius. If you unselect it, then you can specify the radius itself. Again, I would leave that just leave that enabled, and just see what your first run out of the box looks like, and then you can come back and play with these settings. And then your sharpen settings for your non-stellar stuff as well. So we'll bump that up. I don't know, let's go all the way. Let's see what happens. We'll leave the stars at about 0.4. We'll put the non-stellar at 1. Your tile overlap, just like any of the other AI models, the scripts that we've been using, it breaks your image up into individual tiles. This is the amount of overlap that those tiles will have as it's putting things back together. So it's just the way that it works on your image to remove the noise. Besides that, we're all set. Click Run BlurXTerminator. It'll take a few minutes. It does use your GPU if it's supported. If it has any issues, it'll just roll back to CPU, which obviously is going to make it run a lot slower, but no control over that if you don't have a GPU. So we're almost done here, 98%. It's automatically bringing the image over into Siril, and I'm going to close it so we can take a look at what we got. So full screen, let's do a before and then after. And let's zoom in so we can take a closer look. We're at that's 105% right there. So let's move stuff over so we can see a good portion of the background, the bubble itself, and the nebulosity around there. And we'll go undo and then redo. And I mean, what a difference, right? Let's first look at the stars and how bloated they are. And if I redo that, just at that 0.4, that tightened them up nice. And then let's take a look just at all the structure back here in the nebulosity and the bubble. This is before, and that's after. And I don't know how well this is going to translate around YouTube, but let's look in this area right here. You can see some faint structure, and this is the before. So if I reapply it, I mean, it really sharpened that up. It really made it pop. I'm going to be good with that. The next one we're going to run is NoiseXTerminator. So we'll come up into scripts, Python scripts, RC-Astro, and then NoiseXTerminator. Same thing, we need to activate our license, and then we're ready to go. So really the only thing you need to do when you come in here, you don't need to mess with the options or the engine right now. Just set your denoise level, right? So we can go from 0 all the way up to 1. I'm going to put it, we'll do like 0.75. And just hit run NoiseXTerminator. It'll take a few minutes, but we'll come right back when it's done. Okay, NoiseXTerminator is finished. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of posterization in the image. And again, it's not because of any of the scripts or functions. It's the aggressiveness of the auto stretch view. So if you come down in auto stretch and hit high definition, if it's just a slight bit of posterization, that usually will take care of it. But anyways, let's zoom in and see what happened here. So if we do a before, you can see the noise the best in the background here, and after, nice and clean, and just the right amount too, because I can still see a little speckling from the noise, which personally I like. I don't like to go too crazy. It tends to look a little too smooth for me sometimes, but yeah, I mean, does a fantastic job. So let's come back in the NoiseXTerminator one more time and just talk about those other options. So like I said, all you really need to do is set your denoise level and then run with it. The iterations with it currently set to 2, it'll run through the process twice, and then just like with the other script, it's got the tile overlap when it breaks these out into tiles, and how much of an overlap it's going to apply as it's processing and reassembling the image during the denoise process. So your options, your color separation options. So if you enable this, it will actually process luminance and the color separately within your image, and you can adjust the intensity and the color. So the intensity will be the brightest part of your noise, and color is just going to be your color noise. So we don't currently have a preview, so you can't get a real-time idea of how these settings are going to affect your image, but I think down the road the team at Siril may be updating this script to give us a preview window. But for now, adjust your settings, run it, see if it's where you like it. If not, then undo it, come back in and run through them again. We also have frequency separation, which again, it'll split out the high and the low frequencies and do the denoising against those. And then your frequency scale is the frequency transition between the high and the low. So again, things to play with, but I've had really good luck just using this, setting my denoise and running with it. So then at this point, I'm ready to remove my stars, right? Remember, we're still linear. I have not stretched at all, so my image is still pretty much all just black, which is fine. But we have sharpened and removed the noise from the image. So now I'm going to remove the stars. So we'll go up and do scripts, Python scripts, RC-Astro, and then StarXTerminator. And if you guessed that I need to install my license, you would be correct. So we're going to get that done real quick. And really not much to do in here. I want the stars image, so I want to make sure I have that option selected. So like I mentioned before, it's always best to run this early in your workflow while your data is still linear. With the StarXTerminator, you can actually remove the stars after you've stretched your image, so a non-linear image. And that's what the unscreened stars option is for. So if your data is linear, leave it unselected. If you've already stretched it, meaning it's non-linear, then you're going to want to select the unscreened stars option. But again, I'm going to run with this. Tile overlap is the same as the other two scripts. Also, just like with the other two, you can apply it to the image you have loaded, or if you have a sequence loaded, you can run it through the sequence as well. But we're just going to run with what you see on the screen here and hit run StarXTerminator, and we'll come right back as soon as it's done. Okay, it's complete. Stars are removed. And then at this point, I would just drop back into linear and then go into my stretching, right? We're done with the RC-Astro tools now. You can finish up your image. So another question's coming. What's better, the tools from RC-Astro or the tools from Sycon or the tools from Virulux or any of the other denoising, star removal, and sharpening tools that we currently have? I'll probably look at putting some kind of a comparison video together, but I'd be interested before I do that in hearing what you guys would like to see. What would you like to see the RC tools compared against? So let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can't put something together in the coming weeks for you guys. Before we go, just want to say thanks to all my members here on YouTube and on buymeacoffee.com. Appreciate everybody's support. If you want to support the channel, consider becoming a member, or you can use my affiliate links that I have down in the descriptions. I also have a merchandise store where you can buy t-shirts and coffee cups and stickers, all that kind of deep space astro fun stuff. Oh, and don't forget, new website's been up for a couple weeks now. Not a lot out there, but it's a work in progress. So deepspaceastro.net on the internet. Once again, thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate all the support. We'll see you on the next one, and clear skies.